Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. And we've only got 4 fields, well 5 fields. We got, if you count the 2 small ones to start with, but I'm not sure you'd count those. I did ask you for last week, but I obviously have not had the feedback from that yet, so I'm not sure if we're counting that as 1 field or 2 fields. Personally, I would be inclined to only count it as 1, because we were given both of them to start with. And I know in the original game you weren't given both of them, you were only given 1 of those, and then you had to go and buy the second one once you'd sort of done a harvest or 2, so we had a little bit of a head start for the series, which I guess is not a bad thing considering how many episodes we've done already. But yeah, so I'm kind of thinking that should only really count as 1 field. Sort of seems a bit wrong to count it as any more than that. The other thing that I need to sort of seriously weigh up is when do I buy more fields and when do I venture into cattle? Like, venturing into cattle is good, but I've got to be able to, like, get grass and stuff in for them, and thus going to take a minute or 2 to be able. We don't have to start with TMR or anything like that. We don't even have to start by giving them straw, although we will. Like, if we've got straw available, we can give them straw. But the biggest problem is going to be just keeping the food going for them. So, I mean, if we do get the just have grass for them, we got to have grass planted somewhere so that we can mow and then bring it into them. And we've got to be able to mow, so we've got to buy a set of mowers for it. And I mean, we've got a rake, we've got a forage wagon, so we'll be able to keep doing that. Only other thing I'm not sure about is water. Whether or not water is actually a thing. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that truck. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Absolutely sensationally beautiful, isn't it? That is just a thing of exquisite beauty right there. It doesn't get much better. 159,000 euros right there. So it puts us at 344. So the Rosselmash combine I was busy gazing at before. We've got 2 of these. And the new one that I was looking at with a 10,000 litre capacity, that's 300,000 euros. Just for that one on its own. So that's expensive enough. And the Stevie one up here, which is kind of like the ultimate one that I was wanting, and I do want the one with the tracks on, that's 390,000. Plus, I would be going with the big extension, which is 15,000. If I'm going for that, it makes sense that I would have the biggest engine to go with it. So that's 420,000. I won't have a GPS, and we'll leave them as yellow. So the rest of the stuff, yeah, we can leave those coloured as they are. But that's 420. That seems a bit excessive. So maybe just 1 combine? I could go and buy 1 combine now, actually. We could do that. We could change them over. I'm going to go back through the village again this time. And by the time I get back there, we'll have 1 potato harvester that will be full. And we'll have another one that will be half full. Actually, the other one is probably going to be at the point where we want to move fields with it. Because we're getting very close to that point now. Round we go like that. And now I've got to get past these cars. This is always the challenge. Going the roadway is weaving in and out of these cars. Now, it used to be in FS13 that this wasn't a challenge. You just kept driving because you could smash the cars out of the way. They actually just moved. They don't do that anymore. And I think out of all of the changes in the game, the fact that cars are now immovable objects rather than things you could pick up and drive around with is possibly one of the biggest disappointments in the game. That is probably one of the things that I am most let down with by this whole game all the way through, was that decision to change the cars over. I don't know why that was done. I don't know what the reason behind it was, whether it was to stop the cars being objects that could be interacted with. If they're not objects that can be interacted with, maybe that allowed the game to render them better or differently or something like that. I don't know. I don't understand the logic of it. I'm sure there was gaming logic there somewhere. I just no idea what that gaming logic might have been. And right, you're on 37%. So we've got a little tiny bit over here that I'm going to get. And then there is a bit down the other end that I want to get as well. I want to get all the potatoes. I don't want to leave bits of potatoes behind. There is another bit over there that I want to get. I'm going to run over to that bit. And I want to get that there. It's not very much again, but it is some. And then I want to go over here because there's a few bits left in the ground over here. 48k is maximum speed. So yeah, right where the tree is and where the barn is, there's a couple of bits. And what I do, I ended up like doing 6 passes across here, and that actually seems to have been the right number of passes to get all of this. And we'll come up through here. So we want to be looking at planting now. We can keep going with the harvesting at the top, but we also want to be looking at planting. So I'm not going to worry at the moment about the new combine. And I'm thinking, despite the fact that I would really like to go and get a Stevie combine already, I'm thinking it's a little bit early to be spending that kind of money on it. I'm also thinking that although one combine would be quite good, especially considering the boost on everything there, we would be better off if I was to buy, sell one of the combines, and I will buy one big combine. I'll buy one Russell Mash combine after having sold the other combine, and I think that will be a good combination. Now, I'm going to bring you over here like this. And you're going to work that bit. You're going to head off across there. And then I'm going to go here. And we've got a full grain tank on that potato harvester up the top. So we'll empty that one out. So I'm going to get one combine. And I'm also going to upgrade the 2 seed drills that we've got. Now, we do also have a cultivator that we could potentially look at upgrading, but I'm not going to worry about that. Seed drills and 1 combine, and then if we've got the money, we will look at doing tractor upgrades. We won't buy more land yet. We won't buy cows yet. I'm going to wait until after I've done some tractor upgrades before I do anything with cows. Now, I'm going to bring you back out of the way. Like that, and let that one carry on up across the field, and then I'm going to go up to the other end. I'm going to start unloading as we come back down through. Shouldn't take too long. A quick whiz all the way up through here. And round we go. Right. And we can empty that one as we come back down through. So, tractors. We want to upgrade our tractors. Now, at the moment, we are running, I think they're classed as small tractors. We've got 2 of these, and these are classed as small tractors. They are, well, it says 115 on there, and we will go, well, engine setup be the biggest one. We've got a 150 horsepower tractor right there, but these are under small. We're going into the medium. We've got a stayer tractor right there, and that one I've got the bigger engine on there. Says 175. No. I don't want to do that. So we're going to want to go for something bigger than that as well. How much bigger? I'm not entirely sure just yet. But we definitely are going to go for something bigger than the one that we've got, than the Steyr. I'm thinking sort of the 250 range. Now, I don't know exactly what we're going to be able to get that is at the 250 horsepower range. There we go. I'm going to try and get that. Look at that. There we go. That's what I'm after. Yeah, I'm trying to get that so that I got a screenshot of it. See if that will actually be the thumbnail. We'll find out. Oh, now I've drifted away from it. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'll go up over this way. You'll find out. You'll probably already know by the time you watch this episode whether or not that made it to the thumbnail image or not. So if I'm going for another tractor, I'm thinking around the 250 horsepower mark. And if I remember correctly, I do remember the Bjornholm series, I ended up with the big New Holland tractors. Not the T9, not the big articulated thing. The one below that, T8, I think they are. I'm pretty sure it's just T7, T8, T9. I think it was the T... well, whatever it was. The slightly smaller tractor, I think, is the one that I ultimately ended up using. And on Bjornholm. And I had that all the way across. And it worked out really well. That was absolutely perfect. Right, I'm going to follow your antics for a minute. And we're just going to sort of sit you like that. And... on here, though, they didn't have New Holland back then, so I think I ran a set of Deutz tractors. Pretty sure those are the ones that I ended up going for. But right now, that's huge tractors, and they're way bigger than what I'd be going for. But I'm seriously tempted to go for these again. So I've got, there is 295 horsepower. The biggest one we can go is the Deutz Warrior in black right there. Okay, that's actually very cool. I like the look of that. That is 336 horsepower. So it's not the biggest tractor by a long way. If we go up through here, the Case Magnum, I don't like these. I don't like the inverted arrow. And it is purely looks of those tractors. I just don't like the appearance of those tractors, which is why I'm not going to go for those tractors. It is 100% down to looks. Now, the Fendt 1000 Vario right there. Again, it's got the inverted triangle, but it's nowhere near as pronounced as the Case. The Case one really doesn't look good. This one here, this does look pretty good. And then you've got engine. That can go all the way up to 500 horsepower, which is pretty impressive, it's got to be said. And then I got a selection of other tractors all the way through here. JCB Fast Track in there at 350 horsepower. It doesn't have any upgrades though. 350 is maximum for the JCB. You got the 8 series, the Valtra right here. This one can go up to 400 horsepower, and this is a very, very nice tractor. I do like that one. And the Fendt 900, the T8 right here. This is what I had previously, and wheel setup. Crawler tracks. That's what we had. You've only got crawler tracks on there. And then I had the biggest engine setup at 435. That was my Bjornholm setup. I had 4 of those tractors, I think. Definitely 3, possibly 4. And they were all exactly the same, and I had them like that. And I thought that it was like it was quite an impressive fleet. I quite liked them. But I'm thinking kind of a fleet of these wouldn't necessarily be wrong. 336 horsepower. So it's not like the Fendt, but I think 330 horsepower is probably going to be sufficient for most of the big stuff that we would want in the game. Anyway, that's stuff to look at a little bit later on. Right now, I want to be looking at a new 250 plus tractor. So we've got the Valtra series over here. I mean, I kind of like the idea of trying to have the subject matter all roughly the same, but there are no Deutz tractors that are like there's literally just the one. I've got to class Axion in here from the class pack. That's 205 horsepower there. That's 184,000. And the engine puts it up to almost 300 horsepower. So that's a really nice tractor there. And I do particularly like this option. It's definitely one that I would want to seriously consider. I mean, the price of it is rather high. That is 230,000. That's a lot of money. And that's in the mid-range tractors, that is. But, I mean, 230, that's not quite so bad. We got the John Deere here. We got the 6R, and I know there's a lot of John Deere fans out there who'd like to see this one. And we can go upgrade that one at 238,000, and that gives us a rather wonderful 300 horsepower tractor that we can be cruising around with. That is quite a substantial beast, and we could do a lot of work with that. 300 horsepower is a medium tractor. Who'd have thunk it? Valtra, and there's a few Valtras around in my part of the world these days. There didn't used to be, but there are now. That's 250. I like this one, and the reason that I look is it's below 200,000, but also the road speed of 50k is particularly good. I like the high road speed on that one. If we go and have a look at the John Deere over here, well, actually that's 50k as well, so that's a big positive. The fast track, whilst it does have the road speed, it doesn't seem to have the field speed. That one's 50. They're all 50k. Okay. That surprises me. I didn't think that they were all that fast. These over here are a bit slower. The Steyr is 50. No, well, some of them are 40. So the Valtra right there, and that one has the reverse drive as well, which is particularly useful. I'm not really sure. I mean, I like the idea of maybe sticking with the Fendt. We've got some old Fendt, so we could upgrade to a brand new Fendt this time round. It does... Actually, do these have the reverse drive? This vehicle is equipped with reverse drive control. None of the others are saying that they've got reverse drive control in them. I think the Fendt, the higher range one, this vehicle is reverse, and that... yeah. The more powerful Fendt ones. Well, not you. Right, okay, so the Fendt 900 and the Valtra S series, they have the reverse drive. Not that reverse drive is really much of a thing. We don't really need to worry about that just at the minute. So, this one. With the bigger engine, 240 horsepower, 217,500. I think that might be a good upgrade tractor. We'll sell one of the small Fendts, and we get that one, but only if we can really afford it. We've got other things that we want to deal with first, and I'm... Like, the potatoes now are taking a while. So, what are we going to do first? Like, what are we going to actually do here? I've got a small we don't want the sunflower header. So, that's what we're going to do first, is we're going to go into our map here, like this, and we're going to zoom in like this. And that Helianthus header, I'm going to... Ooh. Because I'm not buying 2 combines yet. And, well, it's going to be a while before we get the sunflowers, isn't it? So I'm hoping I'll have upgraded the other combine before then. So we'll sell it. We'll get the money. So I'm going to reset that one. Wait a minute. No, it doesn't. I did wonder if it reset it to the yard. It doesn't. It does actually reset it to the shop. Doesn't it? Yes, it does. There's the Helianthus header over there. Right, so it does reset it to the shop. So I got a Corn Champion right there. I'm going to reset that one. Yes. Okay, and then I'm going to go there. I'm going to click on that Re30, 330 right there. I'm going to reset that one to the shop. Okay, there. And then I'm going to have that Power Stream header. I'm going to reset that one to the shop as well. So I've reset those. I've got one big combine in the shed, and the other one has now been reset over to the shop. The potato harvesters are still doing their thing. Don't need to worry about them. I'm going to move the 3 headers now over into that sell point. And we can sell them. And we can sell this combine. So we got 348,000 euros right there. We will sell 3 headers and a combine, and then we will buy at the moment just 1 standard header. I'm not going to get anything more than that. Just 1 standard header is all I'm going to buy, because I don't need a corn header until a fair bit later on. We've got like 4 harvests to do before I actually need a corn header for my new combine. So we can go and spend the money on other things first, such as a new tractor, 2 new seed drills. The seed drills are going to be the first thing that we buy after the combine. I want to get the combine first, though. And then I will reset the 2 seed drills that we've got. And we will... and then sell them. So I'm going to bring you right in here like this. There, and then I'm going to go here like this. So that one, let's tab through a minute, and then I want to repair, yes, and then sell for 23,000, yes. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. These 2 up here. I need to go and empty out the other, this potato harvester in a minute. Right, well, let's just do this a minute first. I want to go to you, and that one I just want to sell. He's already been repaired. That one's been sold. There's 15,000 there, and then I go to this one, and I want to sell that one at 17,000. Sell that. Yes, okay, and then go in. No, not like that. Go R right here and sell that one. Yes, that was another 52,000 euros right there. So that gives me 456,000. So then I'm going to go and buy. We're going to go in here to the harvesters, and we're going to go with that one right there. I got no other options on here other than wide tires for an extra 2 grand. Which I'm going to go for. I'm going to take the wide tire. So this one, the speed, it doesn't have any alterations. It doesn't change. We just buy that one at 301,000 euros. Okay. So I've spent 301,000. I'm just going to jump out there. Delivery at 2.5. That's 5 grand for delivery charge. And then I'm going to go here, there, and here, and it's that Russell mash right there, and there's a Draper stream as well. So this is a 9-meter header compared to the 5-meter one that we've got over there, which I particularly like. And we're going to give you maximum speed, 17 kilometers an hour. So the other combine that Stevie has done, that's the Stevie ones, that does 20, which is even more than this. I'm quite happy with that, actually. Right, 58,000 right there, and that's going to also have a delivery charge of 1,400. Okay, so we'll leave that one going. We will go to you. We will run up alongside that Tatypoes harvester over there and get another 50,000 litres of potatoes. I don't think we're going to quite fill this machine up, but I tell you what, this trailer right here, it's not quite going to be filled up, but I tell you what, we are going to be very close to a completely full load on this machine, which I really like. Now, that one over there is going to try to drive into me, and it's going to say that it can't go any further. It's not going to like it. Possibly both of them are going to do this, and this is going to cause problems there. Helper D is blocked by an object. So I'm going to bring this one down here. I'm actually starting to think that we might completely fill this trailer and have a little bit more besides. So you're going to come out there. Are they going to be able to do the delicate ballet of getting past each other? You go there, and you will turn right the way around. Yes, they are. Yes, they are indeed. He's going to come out over here. He's just going to do a little bit of shunting around and maneuvering. He's going to drop in there, and he's away. And then the other one, he's also going to go and do stuff as well. So I've got 60% in here. I'm on 158,000 litres of Tatypoes. And we keep going up through there, which is going to take us over 200,000 litres. Just 60,000 litres of potatoes left to fill the trailer. Are we going to have more than that out of this field? I think we probably will. Right, it's actually not quite going to reach 200,000. Okay, we're 199,000 litres of potatoes in here. So 61,000. We are going to fill this trailer up completely, and we're going to have a little bit more left over as well, which means that we're going to need to go and do yet more work, more running around. But that's good, because that also means that we got like another 150, well, probably by the time we sell this lot. Where are we now for the prices? Potatoes, we're below 600 now. Probably looking at about 150,000 for the next lot. Maybe a bit more than that. Now, I'm going to drop you there like that, and I'm going to go over here, because I've got a bit of seed and fertilizer in both of these. So this is the next thing that I want to do. So I'm going to back up there, I'm going to get that one, and take that one out. I've got seed and fertilizer in this one, and I'm going to bring that one over here like this. There, empty that out like that. Right. And then I'm going to just dump that one there like that, so that he's away from any other machinery, and then I can easily reset it to the shop. And I'm going to also need to reset the tractor to the shop, or just drive down there, so that I can put them in on the sell position, in the selling bay down there, in order to make the most of the slightly higher price that we get. So let's dump that lot there. And I'll drive down to the shop a minute, and then we can reset those seed drills before we buy our next ones. Right, well, I'm back recording again, and just putting these two going again so that I can carry on back down to the shop. There's not much point in me pretending that I'm doing something else, because I got a new mod. Well, it's not a new mod, it's one that is on the mod hub, but it's a mod that I thought might actually be quite useful for this series. I have tested it though, and unfortunately, it's not that brilliant. I mean, as you can see, I've altered it. I've set it to 120,000 litres in here, which I think is really good, and I like the initial idea of it. Basically, the back of this one lifts right up, so you fill it up, and then you reverse up to the lorry and trailer, and it then tips out into the lorry over there, into here, into the side of it. And like, the basic concept of it is really good. Now that one's 120,000 litres, so it's two loads, one from that one and one from that one, and then we dump them into the truck. The only problem is the trailer is slightly, it's about the same height as those. It's actually a little bit less clearance. Well, unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. And for those of you wondering, the paid promotion notification that came up at the beginning of the video is because in the description down below, you will find a link to Fanatical. I have an affiliation with them. If you use that link, I will earn a small commission on anything that you choose to purchase. But that is all we have got time for, so if you have enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.